All right, and I'll tell you this, single parenting, that's the theme of the day. We know that it's not easy, it's no easy task. So what we're doing is we're lending a helping hand in the kitchen with, a midweek classic that your family's gonna love. Yes, that's gonna have your family smiling. That's it.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh yes, it's a classic and your family's gonna love it because the classic bruschetta, it does make for a stunning appetizer or, a starter to any meal. And you can enjoy, the same delicious flavors with an eggplant version. And here's how it's done. Zoe Brown knows all about it.
Oh, and listen, this is vegetarian heaven because it's a great alternative. So, Tabsy, in front of you, you've got some olive oil. I would ask for you to put half that olive oil into the bowl.
Okay.
And you'll mix in your salt and pepper, some oregano, as well as some garlic, and then cut that brinjal half lengthwise.
Salt and pepper going in.
It's one of those... I don't know if it's a fruit or a vegetable.
It's one of those confusing ones, right? If we were playing the 5-second game, for example,
I would call it a vegetable.
I would go for veggie or fruit.
It depends on the mood. Many names.
That's it. Anything with many names, I think, can be a vegetable or a fruit all at once. These are actually really good. Really good.
Okay. So you can do little slithers into the eggplant, and then you will use that mixture you've just made and coat it. So we're going to pop that into the oven for 15 minutes.
Oh, stunning.
And I'm going to work on our fresh component. I've got some fresh tomatoes here cut in half. I'm going to add some fresh, some tinned tomato juice, as well as a little bit of Parmesan.
Oh, it's going to be nice and rich because I am seeing quite a bit of cheese there, eh?
Lots of cheese. I'm going to add some of our mozzarella cheese.
You can never have too much cheese. I mean, and that's a rule. It's a rule that's going absolutely nowhere. You can never have plenty cheese. So go generous, go wild with it. And in fact, we're going to be making use of our Clover Classic mayonnaise to bring all of this together. Because you're wondering, all of this cheese, how are we going to now neutralize it? But we know that it comes in 3 different levels of tanginess. You get that mild, the medium, you get the strong. It really is all about suiting your taste preference.
And you were talking about that tanginess, so we are using our classic mayo, and this is the mild number 1. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons to it, and I've just been informed by my show producer that an aubergine is actually a fruit.
Oh, is it a fruit?
We're wondering, fruit. So confusing whether it's a fruit or a veggie.
I feel like we've just added a whole new family member to the fruit family. Well, what do you think? Have you always thought it was a fruit? Let us know. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Now, that Clover Classic, we do know that it's a versatile one to use, and it really does enhance flavors. It's all about bringing you that tasty, mouth-watering food that your family deserves, and I love it. I love it for that.
So I'm adding a little bit of sugar just to balance out the acidity of the tomato, the tinned tomato that we used. And then I'm going to add a bit of fresh basil. And we had popped the brinjal into the oven for about, I love how I'm using all the names now, into the oven for about 15 minutes. And this is what it looks like. So we're going to finish it off by adding our mixture. Can I ask you to just scoop it on top?
Yeah. So how much of it do you want going on top?
I think be quite generous, because we're now pretending that this is what otherwise would have been your sourdough to make your bruschetta.
Okay, I see. So you really do want to fill that up really nicely. If you want the recipe, please do go onto expressoshow.com. What we've done there is we've listed all of the ingredients. You'll see you don't need too many ingredients, as well as a step-by-step on how to achieve this recipe.
So I'm going to add some breadcrumbs for us, and that's really just going to give it a little bit of a crispy element. And we'll pop this back into the oven. And when it comes out, I would say another 10 to 15 minutes. You just want it to crisp up and golden brown, and the cheese to melt.
Right, I'm going to do that, and that's what the final product looks like. How impressive.
Very impressive.
Quick to make as well.
We've got an amazing, and of course you can also make your own little mayo sauce if you love the dipping, but I will give it a little bit of a cut.
Let us know how that magic has all come together. I do love the fact that we're embracing a lot of the sort of fresher foods even during the winter season, right? So it's not just for the summer that you leave the vegetables and fruits, I suppose. You really can create some hearty, wholesome meals even during this time. How's that? Because I've seen your face.
This is a winning combination. I mean, the minute you put cheese, tomato, some fresh basil and a bit of garlic together. Now
Yeah.
add the eggplant to it. It's a winning combo. It's very good.
Well, that's it. There you have it. A winning combo, if you like. Listen, if you missed any of the steps involved in bringing that lovely recipe together, we've prepared that on expressoshow.com. But of course, we've also prepared a recap for you. Check this out.
Made with love by Clover.